Hello! Oh, it's gone really bright. Why has it done that? There we go. Hello, and welcome to some Dyson Sphere Program. Yeah. I've, Oh, it's doing the drop frame things again. I think this game may not be very well optimized because it seems to be an absolute CPU hog. Even when it's doing this... I mean, this is presumably just pre-recorded footage. But yeah, it seems to it seems to cause my whole system to chug. Not that my system's that great, but yes, Dyson Sphere Program. I have been playing this a little bit during the week and made a little bit of progress. If I can't hit continue, no, let's just load it up. So I made a little bit of progress with what we need to do because I was getting a bit worried that it was sort of bogging down. Really, the whole blueprinting side of things is... I'm starting to wonder whether it would be better to do more generic... generic blueprints and then, you know, put them down and sort of edit them as needed. But the trouble is, you get... In fact, these are really good examples, these. You get lots of different, recipe requirements, and so that sort of doesn't make sense. But anyway, we're over here because what I did basically is I have deconstructed all of the production areas that we had, and they're all in boxes basically. So if we go to the North Pole, we have all of these boxes here. This is like all of the builds for the, you know, where I was making belts and boxes and all of that stuff. All of that is deconstructed and put in these chests, basically. So wasn't actually that much in the base because it was all fairly small scale. I then plopped a couple of these in. These are interstellar logistics that are calling in everything. Oh, no, they're not. So I need to change that. Need to be... Oh, actually, no, that's remote demand, isn't it? There we go. So I forgot to put that on, obviously. I have been capping things. No, don't go nuts, lad. Don't go nuts. I have been capping things because we don't have the volume of, you know, bots and stuff like that to cope with everything. Did I do that on these? Yeah, so this is basically bringing in everything off planet that we've been putting down logistics things for. Well, it is now. It wasn't before. A lot of these are on this planet anyway, so it's not like they've not got local supply. In fact, we'll take that one up to make sure 4,000 for everything. Yeah. What it's also doing is previously we had a build here that was providing sort of, I can't remember what it calls these, graphite sheets. And so, in fact, I think I've turned the music up a bit high. Hang on. It seems to be disproportionately loud, the music in this game. Because it's all the way down at 8%. Yes, so, let's say, these are now bringing all the stuff in. There's the drones doing the business. Bringing all the stuff in. But it also had in... I've also added in, rather, these, which... these were... I can't remember what I was actually using them for. I think it was the orbital thingies. But this small, you know, oil build here... this is just sulfuric acid looping around. And then the oil... So it's not really doing anything at the moment because it's obviously filled this up to the degree that I wanted to. But it's also got some hydrogen in here. That's the offshoot for this, which I have been... I think I'm going to pull these up, actually. But and rather... Because what we can do here, and what I am doing, is we can basically put it into this... So I'm making the hydrogen fuel cells. So we're going to switch over, as best we can, to running on hydrogen fuel cells. So I'm going to burn through... I haven't got any left anyway. Yeah, burn through that, and then we'll try and see what we can do. So I think I'm going to get rid of them so that I get hydrogen fuel cells rather than those there. I mean, we need to go and exploit that, the thing there, but say we've not... You know, there's no way we're going to make some of those as well, sort of thing. Yeah, so I've picked up all of the, that mall style, production area style builds, and we're going to build them again using transport hubs. And what I also did then is these three. These are blueprints, or blueprinted, and I've been calling them plant for planetary, logistics. Basically, we got one making motors, one making the super magnets, and one making the turbines, which, as I wanted to do them off planet, but there was no way we were going to be able to support that on the other planets, because we've literally run out of, that's all of the local and planetary that I've got left, because we need to be making more of those. But these aren't even in the right proportions either. What you have to do, so basically these are the super magnets. There's one level above this as well, but these are the super magnets, and you see the recipe requires 2 turbines. So what you actually have to do, these are built for a single belt to saturate a single level 1 belt. So if that requires 2, then you have to have 2 of these in order to sustain one of those. And then if we look at this requires 2 motors, or engines, or whatever it calls them. So you then have to have 2 of those. So if you think about it, so it's basically 1 to 2 to 4 of those, because if you've got 2 of these and each requires 2, you need 4. So if you then also want, and you're going to want, some motors and turbines and some motors and turbines as well, then you need to do another 1 of these, supported by another 2 of these, and then 1 of these. So we would need to have 5 of these. Is that right? No, we would need to have 7 of those, which is why I wanted to do them off planet, you see, because you can get your planets making these, which are sort of high demand, big space things, and are much better to move around than the raw stuff. Because at the moment, of course, this is requesting in. We want them in these anyway, so that we can, get them off planet. So it's not bad having them templated. But I didn't want to have them here. Hi there, Grim. How you doing? Hope you're okay. But yeah, so I've set these up just to get things going, and I do this trick fairly often, and we might do it deliberately, but basically instead of providing them via, and we are actually going to want to pull some of them out of there via bot, but I'm just putting them in. There's no request in here for these. I'm just doing it as storage, so it's just a manual extract of the thing, of what it's making, basically. Because there's no point in having bots flying, between those two, basically. So yes, I did these. So we have a bit more of progress. I haven't done any of the chemical stuff. Really, we need to do circuit boards as well. So we'll probably do that first. And then we can actually start making the stuff we need to build. So we'll set up separate productions for... or we'll move to level 2 belts. I'm not going to do level 3 because they're a bit hungry for the graphite, which we're only producing in a tiny, tiny amount. And then we've got... but we can go level 3 sorters. Again, I might skip them just for the time being. Because, all the blueprints are level 1 anyway. But we can start once we've got electronic circuits, we can basically make all of these things in proper production areas. You see, everything requires... we've got silicon now. We won't make them... I'll just hand make them when I need them, sort of thing. But you see, basically everything, apart from these sort of top tier ones... even chemical plants, fractionated. We don't have circuits, but we can make them locally. But yeah, so then what we need is these 2, because we're going to need a loader then. Pretty good, thanks. How's you? How was Sunday's side effects? Not too bad, I hope. No. It was horrendous, to be honest with you. I felt atrocious. It was on the scale of... I've had every... just for sort of context, I've had side effects for every jab I've had. I know a lot of people, it's been like, didn't even have any side effects, or just felt a bit wonky for one of them. But for every jab I've had really bad side effects. And I don't mean that, not like, that sounds dramatic. It's not life-threatening stuff, but basically it feels like I've been given the flu. which obviously isn't very fun. And I get like hot and like full on hot and cold flushes, and headache and feeling tired and everything that you would expect from a flu sort of thing. Obviously, it passes pretty quickly, but say that's why I took the Sunday off, because I kind of figured it was either a sort of a day off, as it were, from streaming, or I was pretty much going to have symptoms again, and I had symptoms again. And I mean, my arm's still absolutely killing me. But so I don't mind that. It's sort of, and it's why I've done it. I've had them on the Saturday, because I can't really, especially at the moment, I can't really take the time off of work. I mean, if I got properly sick, obviously I would, but because it's side effects, I have it on the Saturday, and that's easier to do, as it were. So as you hear that, but I do give you a week view. Yeah, so I mean it's that's only right arm over. Yeah, I mean I say, I kind of expected it to happen, so it wasn't a surprise or anything. I say that's why I took it off. But I mean I actually felt pretty atrocious today as well. I mean only up to about lunchtime it sort of eased off again. But yeah, it was a bit sort of I was hoping if I did have anything it'd be milder, because it's only a booster jab, so it's actually like half a dose. But I think it's because I got it more because it was a different. They give you a different one, or I think they give you a different one if they can, sort of thing. And so my body just reacted as if it was the full, a completely different thing. Right, I think I'm gonna put it here. I might crash into that, but that's quite a small one, isn't it? Okay. So we want to put in. We're only going to do it as a local, local logistics thing. But we want to put in now. It's probably easiest if I do a one-sided one, I think. Yeah. So let's plot this in here. I see. Okay, plain satisfactory enough. Sorry about that. I've had a quick go on that as well. In between streams, I'm sort of saving it up in a sense because what I want to do with the satisfactory, I want to get all of the new stuff they added for update 5 unlocked, and the sort of simplest way for me to do that is just to leave the factory running, producing the high-end goods. But I do need to upgrade it a bit, but so that it actually makes them at a decent sort of pace. But yeah, so up till Christmas, the streams are just going to be basically me doing the the Fixmas thing, because they're doing that again this year. So that I don't know that can be particularly interesting, other than so I didn't. In fact, what's the actual recipe on these? I always forget. It's iron plate and copper, isn't it? So we could, but you need quite a lot, don't you? Yeah, it's like 2 iron a second. But then we get 2 every 1 second, so we only need 3 machines? That can't be right. Well, we'll need 4 because it's slower. So belt is 6 a second. So if you get 2, yeah, we only need 3. Okay. So, but we need to get iron and copper. Okay. Yeah, so I'm doing the Fixmas event, I think, on the streams up until it's... Oops. Up until after Christmas. But I say, because I want to get the new stuff unlocked, basically. And then we'll actually go over, like, to the desert and... In fact, let's get these set up. So we want... no? What happened there? We want circuits, for which we need iron and copper. We'll cap that, say 2,000, and then if it's 2 to 1, we want to do that 4,000 and 2,000. And if I Oh, I don't want to bolt 10 of them. There we go. Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am enjoying the game, but say I was feeling that with this as well, that it was getting a bit bogged down, in the sense of, kind of, how to put it, needed to make a bit more progress, but just literally only playing 2 hours a week, in the streams, kind of isn't enough to do that. So I sort of made particularly now that I'm doing that Factorio stream that's sort of less, I don't feel the need to hammer away at that for hours and hours. Out, off stream as it were. That there, and then that needs to be that one, other way around. That needs to be that one, that one. You in there. You in there. And then we need connections. If I put... You're not going to cover everything, are you, if I put you there? Okay. Okay. So another one of them. In fact, let's do that one. Find out where it lines up a bit better. There we go. There. Oh no, I don't. Does that cover everything? Yeah, it should do. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to realise I'm getting into my usual Christmas trap, where I think I've explained this before. I don't, I visit the family and that's great and enjoy that, but don't really do anything for Christmas other than play games. And I've gotten into there, isn't it? Got into my classic trap of basically assuming I'm going to play everything over Christmas. So I've got loads of games that I've half started that I want to finish off, but we're talking, some of them are really big. Right, so if we turn this on, so this becomes demand and this becomes demand. And let's see if we get some circuits being made. Yeah, so I also sort of realised basically what I'm saying is that I can't play all the games. Oh, I forgot to... These are just buffs, basically. There's nothing spectacular. They're just cargo increases and stuff. I was sort of saying, well, I'll play this over Christmas, I'll play this over Christmas. But then I was also thinking I would progress, say, Satisfactory and this over Christmas. Well, I can't do all of that. That's a ridiculous amount. That's just not enough hours... in that holiday, as it were. Now, are you going to need boosted up? You are, aren't you? Yeah, you're going to need higher level things, because that's going out to the middle. Oh. Have I not got any then? No, I guess I haven't. Wait, what's that then? Why is that not... Oh, it's doing two... Why is it doing 2 levels? There we go. So that's the output needs boosting up. That probably needs the... No, that seems to be coping. I guess it does have the buff on it now. You get this because it produces them so quick. We probably actually need level 3. But it is filling the belt. Right, okay, we'll call that a success then. So blueprint that one up. You just got your coal plant up and running, and it looks rough. Need to work on my pipe laying skills. Just get yourself 3 new PCs, it'll be fine. What, play them all at the same time, sort of thing. I'm not sure I could do that. I always remember there was. It just reminded me randomly of Back to the Future 2, I think it was. Must be 2. Where he goes to the future, and the kids have all got like, I guess they're not really, it's like mixed reality, I think, goggles on. And everyone watches like 15 TV channels at once. Which always seemed like a bizarre, prediction of the future. Because, it's just, I don't know how anyone would... what am I doing? So what, copy, paste, would really achieve that, sort of in reality, as it were. I mean, obviously, it's fiction and, and all that sort of stuff. But I say a very strange sort of idea that people will be able to watch, like, say 15 TV channels at once, sort of thing. Second impressions, what is this? This is loggy circuits, I guess. Yeah. So this is loggy circuits. So if we just put buildings, that one there. I've probably got them the wrong way around, but I did have a little bit of a tidy up as well about. It puts these in a different order. They're not in the same order as the stuff that's on the thing, and I don't know why they do that. Right, so that's that one. And then what I also need to do is copy that bit so that we can double it up a bit easier. So, second impressions. Loggy. No. Don't the spell. Loggy. VCTs. Loggy. VCTs. I didn't edit the loving thing. So that needs to be 2-1. And then we have, say, that one. And that one. If I do that, it's probably going to save it again, is it? Oh, it's not done it twice, is it? No. Right, so we got everything now that to make stuff. Or the basics, anyway. Yeah, the future isn't what they thought. Love the hoverboard, they'd be epic, especially for working, in my case. I mean, you say that, but they do sort of... I mean, they're not hoverboards, obviously. I don't quite know what they're envisaging hoverboards as working, but I don't. These electric trikes, they remind me a lot of the hoverboards on Back to the Future. And obviously, I mean, we don't have flying... I mean, that's the sort of thing, flying cars and stuff, that's, it'd probably never happen, because... Well, until you get, like, fully automated vehicles and stuff. Because you couldn't trust people to fly cars around. But even then, the technology would have to be so reliable that it would never drop out the sky, and that's just not going to happen. But, that's the sort of thing, that's sort of, science, standard science fiction fare sort of thing. But it is odd, the sort of some of the predictions they do make. But yeah, the hoverboards were wicked. I really like them. The self-drying jackets and stuff, they were quite cool as well. They did make the self-zipping laces, didn't they? I think it was Adidas, was it? And they actually made one a couple of years ago, like for the anniversary or something. So, where are we going to put this? We could just sort of chuck it in there, maybe. But really, I want somewhere that's a bit more permanent. Where would be a good place? We're going to have to do a load of landfilling. It's sort of the problem of... your starter planets, they're always really heavy with water. So you end up having to do a lot of land filling, no matter what. I mean, it'd make most sense to put it up here, basically. Because, that's where these are. Yeah, why don't we stick it in here? Because this is only making... Yes, it's carbon for this, so it's not... Could always chop it out. Oh, I did also add... There's some... one's making carbon now. You know, going into the logistic ports. It's nothing spectacular. Right. Okay. I say this is going to sort of make because what we'll basically do, we'll, as we upgrade, a bit like Factorio, where it becomes a bit sort of pointless. You know, when you get to the blue belt, you know, stack insert phase, there's sort of no point using anything else because it's just more tedious to have the extra production than it is the thing. So basically, I mean, we will have to keep some. I'm not sure. You don't appear to be able to upgrade blueprints, which is a bit tedious. If I'm going to have multiple, you know, upgrade blueprints, as it were. Oh, they added something to this. So basically, when you put down, it's quite cool. When you put something down, so these trees, for example, if I do that, you see the tree now explodes. That's a bit of a rubbish example. Belts are sort of a better way of showing it. And like the rocks as well. See, it explodes them now. It's a nice little touch. Get rid of that. No, wrong one. How much space do I actually need? But yeah, I've also decided I am going to stream. I wasn't going to stream next Saturday because it's my work Christmas party. And normally I would get drunk, basically. Basically because it's free booze on the company dime, as it were. But I get why, because you know, I think everyone's gone big because we couldn't do them last year. And there aren't that many places around here. But basically, the place they've decided to do it is like out in the middle of nowhere, and the company's not laying on taxes. So I'm gonna have wine with my meal type of thing, but I'm not gonna get drunk because I was trying to book a taxi to get there, and they wanted to charge me over 100 quid. Which I'm not paying 100 quid for a taxi. I say where they've chosen to do it. What I would normally do actually is like book a room in a Travelodge or something, you know, some cheap thing, or bed and breakfast if whatever. But there is literally nothing like that there. It is a hotel, but they don't even have any rooms left, and even when they did, the rooms were like 200 and something quid, because it's a fancy wedding venue type place. Makita do an 18-volt heated jacket, an 18-volt fan jacket that reminds me of the self-drying jacket. Cool. As is the custom. Give you a lift. No, I think that would be a bit silly because I think you'd have to come quite a distance to even try that, mate. No, I mean it was just I was like, you're taking the mickey, aren't you? 100 quid for it's literally 15 miles away. And it's like that is a stupid amount of money. And it's because there's so much demand, there's so many people clearly having, their Christmas do and stuff, that they can just go, well, it's a seller's market, basically, and they can just say, well, we don't need your trade, we can get somebody else, to fill the car. Yeah, no, we're using that up. Right then, so what we want to do is we want to make some stuff, in the sense that we want to make these things. Now what I'm going to do probably is try and fit... Now should I do the interplanetary ones? I mean the reason for bringing the stuff in from off planet with the interstellar ones was so that I could use the local ones. But of course the local ones only have 3 slots. So if I wanted to make level 2 belts, there's not enough slots basically. So because you would need to bring in iron plate, gear wheels, and turbines, and then obviously the actual things themselves. I mean, I don't have to load them into the. I suppose that's a point. I don't have to load them into the thing. I could just come back and get them. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do then. Okay. So we'll put them into chests, basically. Yeah, okay. Right, so... I'd say these don't need a lot of room or anything. And I'm not going to blueprint them or anything like that. Let's just put this here. And then what do we want? We want... I'd say we'll... in fact, let's do it sideways so we don't have to deal with the change of thingy. So, what do I need? If I'm making them, I need iron plates and gear wheels. Okay, so I need iron plates and gear wheels. And then if we're making them, we also need turbines. Okay. So I can feel about arranging this. It doesn't need to be massively efficient or anything. But what we could probably do... In fact, let's do... No, what's the... So it's 2 iron plate and a gear wheel. And then... I haven't even got any of them. And then 1 turbine. Okay. And it takes 3 in. Does that even... That produces 3, doesn't it? So it's 1 to 1. Okay. So because there's such a high demand item, I think we could have two machines making them. So we need that. And then we need that. And then we'll put the actual thingies there. Does that make sense? And then maybe take it. That's too far though, isn't it? Yeah, that's too far. And in fact, if you're going to put them in a chest, we might as well put that chest. Yeah. So if we feed that in. I could take one of them around the back, couldn't I? That might be better. So if we take this one around here. Yeah, I prefer that idea. So then this... Oops. Move that one up. Yeah, because that's closer then. So that's going to be level 1 belts. So it needs iron plate there. I don't know why I offset that one. Oh, never mind. So this is level 1 belts. Where are level 1 belts? They're there. And then this is level 2 belts. And then we bring... Oops. Turbines out of there. Take them along there. So I mean, it's quite cool that it actually explodes them. Now, what we could do, so we might want to keep some level 1s around so that I can fill the blueprints in. But really, I think we're talking about putting them in here. So we will have that. But if we keep, say, 5 stacks of that, and then, I mean, we need loads of these. Cool. My game has arrived home, wife and kids. I won't ask which is which. Right. Oh, I've not put the thing on the back, have I? So that needs to go... No, that needs to go in there. And that needs to go in there. Oh, and they're done. Okay. So, put this here. And this here. Why didn't that go in? And why is that in the wrong place? Now, I shouldn't need to put any drones into these, because the ones supplying them should just come and do it. But what's a good number? Because this is double, isn't it? So if we put, say, 2,000 of them, 1,000 of them, and 1,000 of them, plop it all on demand. But what we can also do, because obviously I've got... Oh, too close. Why is that too close? I've got a gigantic number of belts in one of these chests as well still. That one there. So we can take a load of them. And so, and feed them in there. Them in there. And also put a... Don't do that. You want a full stop, isn't it? No? Is it not a full stop? That one. And basically feed these in, because although I want to keep some, don't want to keep that many. Right, so if we keep, say, 5 stacks. In fact, let's have them while we're working on the designs. Ah, why is it not bringing those? I guess because that doesn't have those on, does it? Where have I put them? No, I didn't. I only brought them. Okay. Okay, we don't need that many. So if we put, say, 5 in. Cool. We work it out. In fact, why is that? Oh, should have put some in there. Stop it filling that up first. Oh. So they're coming. They're coming. I mean, we're not making a lot of them, so it's sort of, you know, pointless having gigantic numbers of bots in. Right, so that's level 2 belts made. Next one I want to do is that one. I mean, what I could do is multi-use these. Because we could, you know, we could take cogs and stuff out of here for any of the other builds. I mean, that would make sense. So yeah, actually, it might be easier if I also have, say, this one here requesting... Oh, no. Requesting some of the other stuff up. Or actually, I don't know if I need that yet. So if this here requests up, say, magnets. Did that need magnets? No, circuits. Circuits and motors. So if we've already got the iron plate from and we can pinch it from there, then we can take circuits and motors. So not them. circuits and motors. What were the ratios on these? So this requires 1:1, and then that's 1:1. Okay, so we just have. What did I put these at? Yeah, 1,000. So we could increase the amount of iron plate because we're demanding it for this one as well. Yeah. I hate that it does the copy recipe. You should have to hold a button for it to do that. Right. And then it's got it on still. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it doing that, but fine. So we want this. What have I done there? Oh, it's just literally next to it. Okay. Want this here. And we want it to make. We don't want it to make that. We want it to make level 1. This will end up quite spaghetti-ish from when I did it before. In fact, I only ended up doing this later on before. In fact, let's put them into a chest. Because what I attempted to do in my first playthrough was something more akin to a bus. In fact, let's put this on the other side altogether. Because I've put this too close to the line, I think. Too close to the line, sir. Too close to the line. Right, so that there. We have a chest here to put them. So we do want. The sorters are quite expensive, really, for what they are. So I say I probably will use quite a lot of level 1s still. In fact, could we make level 3s? We would also need turbines, which we've got here. So we might as well do all 3. So that's going to be 2. In fact, no, I put the wrong thing on there, didn't I? That's 3. Okay, and then we want, say, I don't know, 2 stacks of them. Oh, 2 stacks of them. Oops, no, not 3 stacks, 2 stacks. And then maybe just the... no, let's go with 2 again. Right, and you need plates and circuits. You need them plus turbines. You need... Oh, right, graphite. Let's not request too much of that then. So super magnet rings. Oh no, I've put belts on. What an idiot. It's because I've copied it across. So that's motors. And that's thingies. Right, okay, so no. So we want... Was this circuits? Yeah. Plate and circuits, okay. So I have that coming out of there. Have I managed to put that to 112? Oh, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Managed to get them 1 square back somehow. Right, so maybe if we switch these around so that maybe that's them. Come on, there we go. And then have this one be more iron plates coming out of there. Like that. And then what do you need? You also need... No, you don't. You didn't need anything. Circuits. It's you that needs motors. And you that needs turbines. So... turbines are in here, aren't they? Yeah, okay, so this is not a good one to take out of here. It would be better if we had that coming out of there. Going to say there. In fact, why don't we slot it down there? And then your circuits and yeah, and then well, you're the motors, aren't you? Yeah, okay. Because that one needs motors. No, let's take the motors out the back. Like that. And then we can have that be like that. Yeah. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, power. Power. On there. Is that connected to anything? Isn't, is it? Tut. On there. And I don't know. Would that work? Yeah. I like. Going to say I like the new way the MAM research is in Satisfactory. Yeah, it's a good addition. I like. Why have we got two motors? That should be circuit, shouldn't it? Yeah, I like the whole. As you say, the sort of the way they've done it. It's quite good because it sort of splits it up and makes it a bit more interesting to have different, you know, different types of research and different. You know, you've got the space elevator and the actual research and the thing like that. And as I think thematically, the idea. I didn't change those to demand, did I? The idea to some extent is I think the MAM, I can't remember which way round it is, but no, maybe it's not. But some of the things are meant to be things that you, as the engineer, have come up with, like improvised, and they're not fix-it approved things. It's like, because there's also the Awesome Shop, you know, and that's a different mechanism altogether. It's just a cram any resource in that you can sort of thing. But the idea is that, I believe, is that some of the things are things you as the engineer have sort of improvised together to make your life easier. And other things are official fix-it products, as it were. And I think the Awesome Sink is, you know, is official or you know, fix-it items. Whereas the, are these going to even come in? They're not, are they? Because those are not available without bots. And then others are, you know, have I got all my inserters? I think I have. So, and yeah, you know, I like the way they've done that. As I've said before, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what the story side of it's all about. I'm guessing it's not particularly interesting for most of the players, but I say I'm certainly interested in finding out what that is. Should we grab one of them? Is that probably... That's probably a bit nuts, isn't it? For this. Right, so that should be... It's not making anything, because no motors have arrived yet. But it will do. Right, okay, so what next? So let's make, say... I mean, the question here, to some extent, is am I going to make... Because really I should set up a processor production, but, you know, it's quite heavy. Because you have to set up those as well, microcrystalline components. And we might be better off. Because it takes 2 seconds to make one. and then you need 2 for each one. So we might be better off just making these locally for now, because they're only, you know, that's silicon and copper, and that's circuits and those things. So we can feed, you know, circuits, silicons, and coppers, and get processors out basically. And we need them for them. I'm not sure that's not it effectively. I mean, I do need to make them, but what I need is to get some of these on the go basically, because we're running out basically. But yeah, all of these need, you know, so this is, in fact, we're now ordering all of those in. We got most of those, so let's do some of those then. So if we do splitters, I'm just going to do them myself. I'm not going to bother. So mining machines, we would also need magnets, so we could order them in, and then we've got everything coming here that we need to make those as well. I should have moved these further over, shouldn't I? Oh well. Right, if we let's see, if we make that, so if we make mining machines and things like that next, I guess. So if we put them a bit further down, then I can just weave the belts around the back here. Where would be a good place? I don't want them. Yeah, let's put that one there. See, it's done the recipe again. So we want, say, mining machines, and we want. And the idea here, it's a bit like what I was doing before. You know, it's effectively just a sort of tidied up and botified version of the, you know, production area I had before, really. So we need those 4. And then if we have another machine that makes those, oh, it's different, isn't it? So we could make them and then have a different thing making the crystalline components for those, maybe? Because what do I actually want to make with machines? So it's these we really need to get to. I guess we could have some of them being made. And then, I mean, if we could do those. Because that's nameplate. Yeah. Yeah. And then what would we need? We would need. I think I'm going to do them separately. Separate area. So what else do we want to make then? So I don't want to make everything. And not in massive volumes. But if we do the smelters, that gives me the stone. Or I'll need to bring another one in with stone. And I could also possibly put the silicon and copper in there. So I do that, but we need stone. And then what? In fact, let's just get them up and running. So, nameplate. Oh, that's basically everything, isn't it? Basically everything. In fact, did it need motor? Does any of these need motors? None of them need motors yet. Okay. So iron plate. So that's circuits and magnets out of there. So if we take, say, circuits out of there, bring them there, and then those magnets. Like that. And then what do we need? We need gears and those need iron plate. And those need iron plate, so we're better off bringing iron plate down here on the inside, I think. And then do you need gears? You don't need gears. Oh, you do need gears. Okay. I wish you'd said earlier that you needed gears. Probably a much more optimal way of doing these. Ugh. No, don't do that. Yeah, and gives you more of an idea what you're working towards. Yeah. I'm sort of, there are, so I say I'm interested in the story side of it. And I don't know, I'm interested to know how close we are to sort of it being revealed, in a sense, what's going on, if you see what I mean. Because there are actually, having got up quite a long way in the tech tree and stuff, I'm kind of fascinated, because some of the stuff, basically, that you make, I'm going to go and grab things I'm making. Stick them in chests. Are pointless in the sense that, oh yeah, we could make the chemical. We don't really need a lot of that though. Grab some of them. In that you don't have any use for them. There's nothing you make out of some of the components. You only have to make them really in order to send them up in the space elevator. Either directly, and then, as you need to send, say, 500 of them up. I think something's bitten me. You need to send certain number of them up, and then you need to turn them into something else that you need to send up in the space elevator. But they don't, there's some things that you don't make any, machines or devices out of. And I don't know whether that means we're going to get some more tiers of equipment and stuff that will use those. That seems a bit unlikely to me, because I don't know, what else could they add, sort of thing, to the game? Doesn't seem to, it doesn't seem to be missing anything. In fact, it's got some quite complicated technologies in it. So say, I'm a bit sort of like, well, does that mean we're really close? And also, why are they getting us to make things that we don't have any use for? And maybe it'll be revealed what's happening to all of the stuff that's going up in the space elevator. What do you need? You need iron plates and magnets. Okay. And then what do you need? You need iron plates, magnets, but you say it can be a bit confused. Oh, I've done those. I was trying to keep a nice pattern to it, and then I flipped it round like a complete idiot. So that one, and then you also need stone brick. But we've not got stone brick, so we need to put another one of these in. So when I first, came round to, right, well, we'll make some serious amounts of stuff in an organised way, I tried to do a bus, and it's just horrible doing a bus in this game. But doing it like this, where you use the logistics hub to do it, locally, as it were. It's got... So I always forget that it does that. So we want them, but we might as well bring in, or we'll put them on, those two, so that we can bring that in as well. So we take that to 1,000. Stick that on demand. Does anyone bring it in? They do. Well, okay. And then if we take this out of here, like so. But we also need stone brick for something else, don't we? So we can... I'm not sure what. Okay, pop them in there. Might as well chuck them in. Now have, say, 4 stacks again. Right. So, what else are we going to make? What else are we going to do? It's that key. Right, so, it's got a recipe on it still. Right, so what haven't we made? So we have not made... Oh no, we have made miners. We've made smelters. We haven't made these. We need to make them. We could also make turbines, which I use a lot of. Now we can make thermal power plants. Do we even need them now that we got fusion laddies? I mean, we can't make any of them because we haven't got the carbon nanotubes. Oh, go on. Let's make a few of those. Treat ourselves. So if we do... And we've just added silicon and copper, haven't we? So we could do all 3 of the power. And then we're kind of there. I mean... Well, the... I mean, the chemical labs will need loads of. You need a ridiculous number of them. And oil refineries, maybe we'll need more of. I've already got, like, 40 of them. You don't need as many of those as you might think, but you do need, like, tons of those. And then these fractionators and stuff, I haven't really got the text to support them. Okay, so let's make some turbines and stuff. Now, would it be best to add them on here? Or sort of up here somewhere, maybe? Because they don't have a we don't have a level 2 turbine or anything. I mean, that requires stone, doesn't it? So... And that's obviously silicon. But we could do... What have you got? Iron plates. Yeah, let's just make these down here. I think all of them together. Easier to get. So that's that. And then we have chest here. And then we have solar panels. Whatever that is. Whatever it's called, thermal. In fact, why don't we do the things and then we'll put... So put them on. Don't know that I really need too many of them, but what the heck. What the heck is... What the heck is... Right, to there. Okay. Yeah, so keen to sort of get this moving, so I might well be doing more, you know. Oh, bum. So trying to maintain a nice pattern and not doing a very good job. So I want them, and them. Output to there. So we want a lot of these because I slap them down everywhere. But we've got a lot in our thing already. Did I pick all of these up from here? I haven't got all of these. See what I mean? Do I really need... I mean, I've got 70 odd of them. Let's get rid of some of these. You know, it's like... There's probably enough chests and storage things to last me for the entire game. And then, as I say, I've got, what's that? That's 100 oil refineries. I'm going to need more than that, really? And I've already got 90, 120, 150, nearly 200 chemical labs. I think I'll just add them if and when I need them. And say, I'll keep these raw stuff for my sort of personal use, I think. We could add that on, but then we've not got steel coming in. As in landfill. But yeah, kind of making now everything I think we need to make. And I say, when I kind of work, you know, this isn't an optimized system or anything, but when I worked out you could do this, it was a bit of a revelation. So let's take silicon out of there. I'll take it up there. No. Helps if you don't cancel the build order. Obviously. And then this one's... I'll do this one first. We'll do iron plate, gears and magnets. So we want magnets, iron plate, gears and what? Oh, stone. In which case... chuck them in there, and we'll set it at 2 then. So it's only going to make a few more. Chuck them in there, and set that at, say... I mean, we probably will end up having some solar fields on some planets, so... I don't mind it making... In fact, I should put them higher. Don't mind it making a lot of them. What does it need? It needs copper. Oh, it needs copper as well. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Because we'll make the, you know, the circuits here basically. You know, towards that end. So if I say take that to there, lift it up a level, across to there. Chop that back, then go to ground level. It'll let me. Endpoint must be horizontal. In fact, can I even take that back to there? Yeah. Okay, so you got your copper. You also need silicon and circuits. So you want silicon. Why is no silicon coming out? And circuits. Why is no silicon coming out? Because I've not put it on demand. That's why. Put that on 2000, say. I got tons of that kicking about. Got tons of it, but nobody's bringing it over. Why are you not bringing it over? Oh, these won't have bots in, will they? Okay. Right. We should make bots next. So if we put our last few bots in there, they'll go and get some silicon. Right. Copper's coming. Now, the question becomes, can I press the right key? The answer is no. Right, so we've got them being made. We've got the 2 belts that I want to do for the time being. We've got all 3 inserters. We've not got assembly machines. And, you know, level 2 assembly machines. So I need to do those. So, do I want any of these? We'll hand make water pumps. We'll hand make splitters. We've got all 3 of them. Fusions, I say, we can't really support at the moment. Oil extractors, we just 100 of them. If I need them, I'll add them on. Oil refiners. Well, oil extractors, I make them by hand anyway. chemical plants, and I've got 100 of them and 200 of them, so we'll leave them for the time being. Again, something we need for the future. So what we need to make, really, are more bots. Fairly urgent, that. I think we'll probably do them in a separate area along with these, because to support these we need all sorts of stuff that's different to what we've got here. So we'll make the planetary and interplanetaries and their supporting bots somewhere else. So all we need to make here now to finish this off is the assembly machines, which is tricky because I've not got any slots left, have I? No. So we'd have to put one whole thing in just to make level 2 assemblers. That's a bit annoying. Because basically this is the only thing with graphite in it. I mean, what's the other option on that front? The other option is I could make assembly machines over there. So if we made them over here, a bit like this hydrogen. We could get everything, because these have got, you know, I can just pull them out of the machines, basically. I don't have to put anything in, I don't think. Is that right? So we would need iron gear. Oops! Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Has it got... Oh, it's got... Where's it all gone then? Is it on me? Oh, it is. Where's it all gone then? Where is it then? Got to be somewhere around here, sure. Ah, there we go. Right. Luckily you can still do the remote dumping of stuff in, but I bet it's filled it up now, has it? I never quite know what it does when you do that, because it's now got more in transit than it's actually got storage for. We'll have to see. Yeah, so I think we're going to go and make assembly machines. I mean, the other option is I just bring a belt over. Would that work? That might be the easiest solution. Because we could run it in parallel with that, couldn't we? So it's not in the way. Yeah, let's do that. We'll bring a... Or... I make more... Can I hand make any of these? I can't, because I don't have titanium. Oh, I chucked titanium in there, didn't I? And that needs graphite. More graphite than I've got. Okay. Let's grab some titanium out of here. And I'll grab some graphite out of here. Say 150 or something. Now, how many can I make? 3. Cool. So what I'm thinking now is I put in another one of these, and it brings over the other bits and pieces. Because I'd really quite like to make some landfill, because landfills, I'd quite like to start actually landfilling planets. You know, putting the paving down on them. And we need steel for that. So, if we have another one that... because what we can do is we can stick the microcrystalline, you know, the level 2 circuits, basically, the processors, into it. So feed them in, so we can make more of those. and have some of them in there. Would that work? So if we have another one with graphite and steel in, and then we feed microcrystal, you know, I keep calling them wrong things. Those are the microcrystallites. We don't need them. We need them. Yeah, that'll work, I think. So say if we have another one of these, where would be a good place for this? Because we've got this here. But we could put this further down. Yeah, let's put it here. You're not going to reach at all, are you? Oh no, okay. Put that there. And then this one's going to bring in... Oh, it's done it again. This one's going to bring in steel. And what graphene we have, it's not graphite. But then we're going to feed in processors. Tiny number that we can make at this stage and with this level of practicality. Right, so how are we going to do that then? What we could do, because we need to bring everything else over as well. I mean, we only really need one machine making each of these. So if I do get it in the right place this time, do one there. So you're going to do level 1s. So I need to bring a load of stuff over. Or do I just put it on the end? Better to put it on the end, I think, isn't it? Yeah, let's pop it on the end here. Like that. And then you can make those. And put them in a box. Put them in a box. Put them in a box. And then you're going to make those. So I do need to meet... So what I can do is I can basically feed... Use these to make the processors. And then essentially have some go into this and some go down here. Via the magic of splitters. Because you need circuits, gear wheels. Yeah, okay. So you need gear wheels. Get there. Another storage box. Well, make sure we only get one stack of them. 2 stacks of them, I think. That in there. So we also need iron plate and circuits. Iron plate. Circuits. Okay. Power. Power. And then you need what we're going to make. So you need graphene out of there eventually, whatever it calls it. How many do you actually need? So your recipe requires 4 circuits, but takes 3 seconds. So it needs 4 of those, but it takes 3 seconds. So we need 4 machines. In fact, this is going to be a fairly chunky production area if we want to do that, but I don't think I'm fussed about doing that sort of volume. And then the ratios are horrible, aren't they? They're like... So technically, it requires 2 of those every 3 seconds. They take 2 seconds each. So you would need 2 of those to make 1 a second. And then you would need whatever that mass is, 3/4 of one. No, 2/3 of one per second. So let's not think about it in that terms. Let's just make some of those. Because where are green... Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Green circuits are there. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay. How about then... green circuits there. Not that they are green circuits, but they are green circuits. Right, so these will be available to us somewhere. We could probably boost the numbers. Not that we're making enough to feed that, but that's fine. So what we'll do then is we'll just have... Let's have a bit of space. How many can actually fit here is the question. So these are going to make these boys like this. And so they need those and those, and they need those and those. And then they'll feed them down. And we'll have one of these. So we need the green circuits coming in there, don't we? One of these, making processors with the green circuits. Coming on this convoluted journey. Like so. And then we've got options what we do with these. Probably better if we have them all in the assumption that they're going to go in there. But actually we'll put splitter here. And let's choose a good splitter. In fact, let's put them... Let's do a splitter there. Is that a good splitter? Yeah, I think that's a good splitter. In there. And then that feeds in there. Feeds out. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'll take this all the way over here. To there? No, wrong one. To there. To there. Oh, it needs graphene as well, doesn't it? Oh. In which case, cut that off there. Move this power pole to there. And this will be... No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay, so we need to feed graphene in there. So we need graphene coming out there, for example. In fact, might just be easier rather than using a splitter. Feed them in and feed them out, sort of thing. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit more sense, even though it didn't make any sense. No, I've got graphene again. So those ones coming out. Right. And then connect that to there. Yeah, okay, so we need to hook everything up. And then I need to sort of work out again what the numbers are. Oops. Come on. So if we have, say... So, what are you doing? There we go. So we got 4 of them. That'll be enough, in theory, to make one of those at the desired speed. But I'm not actually fussed about doing that as such. So if I had that many, how many would I need of the crystallines? So we got 4. It'll take 3 seconds each. In fact, let's do 6. And then we would need 12 of these a second. But they take 2 seconds to make. So that's 6 of them as well. That doesn't sound right. So if we have 6, then every second... No, that's wrong. If we have 6, then we're going to need... Effectively, it's 2 per second. So we're going to need 4 of those per second. And that means 8. That can't be right either. Maths has gone all wonky. We need 4 of those per second. They take 2 seconds to make each, so it's 8. Yeah. Can I fit 8 in? So we would have... There's no output on that, is there? Don't think I can fit 8 in, you see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Because I only fit 6 in. Okay, so let's take one of them out. Right, and then power everything up, see if it starts working. Yeah, one now. Say one now. I mean, I should boost some of these inserters anyway, because they're not quite going to be able to do that. Ah, it's not powered, is it? There then. No, something is still not powered. Why is that still not powered? Okay, let's just do that. Okay. Okay, whatever game, whatever. Okay, and then they should be going out there. They're going out there, excellent. So this is not actually requesting. So if we demand that 1,000, demand that 1,000, supply that 1,000. And I guess this is where we've run out of drones, because that would be a local drone thing. Okay, can I make any of them? I can. I can. Okay, have we made them yet? No, we haven't. Why haven't we made them yet? Oh, because I've got to make the thrusters. Okay. 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 Oh, it's 6:30. Okay. One, 2, 3, get that down to 5. Cool. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to make here is landfill. Are you fetching them? Which is a point. Oh no, I'm going to stick it in a chest, aren't I? No? I don't know why I keep hitting the M key to go to the menu. That's bizarre. Right, so that foundation, it calls it, rather than landfill. So if you just have a machine making that, it needs steel and stone brick. Stone brick is there. Okay. Let's just spaghetti it around, I guess. So if we make that there. No. Yeah. And then foundation. Then put it in a chest. No. Put it in a chest. And we'll just bring the steel over here, basically. I say I do want to get landfilling planets, but I'm going to have to come back to that, I think. Right. Yeah, so we need to make them, basically. Next. Are we going to get round to that this stream? See, this, I think, is probably, slightly ironically, a good place where blueprints might be helpful, because you could work out these things where I've crossed lanes over and all that sort of stuff. That's all a bit rubbish, and you can sort of work that out, I think, and then do a blueprint of that, and it saves you getting sort of confused, basically. I kept that, I did. Put them in there. Okay. Okay, right, so. And I want to go and core energy will deplete soon. Please refuel. Okay. Right, and how many? So yeah, I'm gonna disconnect these. I'll have it being made into fuel rods, or whatever it calls them, hydrogen fuel thingies. Can't see them now. Oops. Where have they gone? There they are. Yeah. There you go, you see. You've got loads of them now. But I've accidentally picked up some hydrogen from somewhere. Have I done that? There we go. So if we run out of that, we can always use the old stuff. But you get like charging bonuses and stuff for using them. And they last longer and blah blah blah. But so we're not really doing anything hydrogen wise. Well, it is trickling in, isn't it? Cool. Okay. Now we need to find a nice place to build our logistics thingamies. Where's a nice place? Where's a nice place? Planet's getting full up again, you see. Hmm. 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 I mean, why don't we build them there, I guess? Or there, maybe? Yeah, let's build them there. So it absolutely tanks the performance this game. So apology if it's all choppy on that, but so it does just seem to absolutely hammer my system. Right, so am I going to use... Because the thing with these, you see, is really we want to be able to order them up. Like, if we're on some other planet, we want to be able to go... In fact, we want to move them to other planets, like, automatically. So really, I should be building them in them. I can't remember whether it loads them into the actual slot if you put them in. So the bots, I can't remember whether it loads them in, whether it'd fill up these slots first or not. I can't remember. They're not actually, because we don't want like millions of them, and they're very slow. But the problem is we need the production of the more complicated stuff. So we've now got the processors, but both require the, what does it even call them? Particle containers. And we've now got everything there, haven't we? So how about we build a local... Let's build a particle container. Yeah, let's build a particle container one. Probably don't want that here as such. We can build that here. Land. Yeah, so if we build one of these, and say it's not, this is definitely one where we would need like a bigger and better production one because they're so slow to be made. But we'll say chuck that in there. In fact, that's not enough, is it? Because particle containers have they have 3 items in the recipe. In fact, in which case, given I can't really support them yet, we might as well make them wherever we've got the turbines, which is... Where's the turbine? It's the other end of the planet, isn't it? Here we go. Right, we'll go and make a particle container one. Oh, you're getting your tree up, are you? I always remember that being a real palaver. I don't suppose I suppose you're probably gone, but when we used to do it, with a family and that, it was a real palaver with the lights. I suppose I'm guessing that because they have like LED lights and stuff nowadays, don't they? But they always used to wire them in series, so you'd have one light go, and that was your entire, the entire strip of lights not working, and working out which bulb had gone would take hours. Because you just have to try them all, because you could never tell with the filaments whether they were working or not. Right, so we want to make them, which means we need turbines, which are in here now. So we can use a local one. Okay, so if we make let's do something over this side here. I'll have to do more landfilling. But oh well. So if we put this sort of here, and then we feed in them into there. Ah, why has it done that again? In fact, I was going to do a local one, wasn't I? What an idiot. Right, let's do a local one then. Local one. There we go. So that'll have the turbines in it. Oh no, the whole point of me... The whole point of doing it is I don't have to put them into the turbine. Into the logistics thing. Right, so the other things we need then are the copper and graphite, and we'll feed back the particle containers. There we go, that's more like it. And we will almost certainly need a bit more space. Like that. Right, so let's make them on this side then. And then we want one, and then we'll build it there. Will we? Let's build it there. Oops. So this is going to make particle containers, which take 4 seconds. So if we have 4 of them, so I don't know that we can really support that, but can you spread them out for me? No, not really. There we go. Right, so, and what do you need? You need everything essentially, but what ratios? 2, 2 and 2. Okay, but you take 4 seconds each, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So, if we have the output there, inputs for that one, and for that one, and for... Nope. That one. Why am I doing it by hand? Because I'm a rube. Right, so... So this needs to be demand of 1,000. This needs to be demand of 1,000. And this needs to be supply of, say... Yeah, let's do 1,000 again. Still got 4 of them. Can I make one more? One more? One cheeky more? In fact, let's make all of them. Okay, we need power. And we need power. Power, power, power. Have I made my... Yeah, one more. So that's 5 of them. So they can get that, they can supply that. Is that not charging because the bots are running out? Are we... No, we're nowhere near our power thing. They hold a knot. You can set it, I think, can't you? Max charging power and stuff. But they have like gigantic batteries in them. Right, so that's them made. Now, let's make... Where was I going to make them? I was going to make them up other end of the planet. I think. No? Yeah, I was going to make them next to these, wasn't I? It'd make more sense to make them here, I think. No, let's chuck them in here still. Okay. You see, we're not, you know, we're not even really draining it because it just absolutely, you know, because you get like a, what is it, 200% of the fuel chamber generation, so you get the power back way quicker. They also hold 54 megajoules versus the, I think it's 12. So it's more than 4.5 times as much. So even though it stacks to only 30, it's got more. You've got more energy there than you have in the carbon things. They've balanced all of that out basically. The difficulty with them is making them basically, as you can see, because we're only getting a tiny trickle of hydrogen coming in. Yeah, because we need, at the moment, we need demand on other things in order to make hydrogen. Right, so this is probably the last thing we're going to do today, I would anticipate. And I say we will do it from a point of view of, because the other thing I need to make is the titanium, reinforced titanium, in order to get these to sort of work. Let's put this here. I'll probably need another one maybe there. Maybe. That's probably too close to the... Yes. Too close to the edge. So can we... How close can we get them? There maybe? Okay. So, let's have a look at the recipes again. Which one do we want to make first? Let's make... Because these are very similar. In the sense that, you know, obviously one makes the other. And then just needs extra... whatever they call plasma lads. So there's 4 items there, isn't there? And the plasma's one that carries over. So we've got steel, titanium. Got steel, titanium. What was it? Steel, titanium, circuits, and plasmas. And then in theory, we would want to be putting them in there as well. But don't they overlap heavily with these things? Because that's steel, copper. Oh, these are a bit more complicated, aren't they? Because you need the thruster. So what are we missing? We've got steel. We haven't got copper. Titanium, plasmas. Because we could always have another one and feed everything into there. So we would also need that. Whatever it calls it, reinforced. But I think we'll make that local. Oh no, if we did, we would need sulfuric acid. So it might actually have been better to put these next to an oil thing, and we could just make that directly. I don't think I've got any sulfuric acid. Let's just test it and see what happens. If we put sulfuric acid, take it all the way down to 100. Do local demand. No. Maybe if I bump it up. No. So I'm not putting that in any... That's annoying. Okay. We're going to have to make that somewhere then. So that's a little flaw in the thingy. But they need, you see, they need that as well. Don't they? And the plasma things. And then these thrusters need those, and we got those. So we need turbines as well. here. And what else? So you're... No, it's got all of them. Circuits. Haven't we got them? Yeah, we got them. So we got everything in across those now. The difficulty being... Yeah, okay. That's annoying. So we could feed in... Yeah, we need another one of these, basically. So this... I'll just chuck it over here. So we need to feed everything into that, because we've not got enough slots to put everything we're making into. Right. Okay. Okay. So if the output is going to be there, it might actually be easier to put it on this side for a change. I mean, we'll just have one. We're not. It's not going to be nuts. It's just that thing again of it. We need it to make them steadily. We don't need it to be made quickly. There. Oh. So if you're making those, because yeah, I mean, eventually we will need a third one for the whatever they're called, the gas giant ones. So we can put that in. So just have a stack of them and stack of them. In fact, might do 2 stacks because it takes like a load of them to make these. Weirdly. Okay, so out of here we can bring, because you need like 4 ingredients, don't you? So maybe if we take the plasmas there. Oh, I didn't set the recipe. So if those are those, then that's those 2 sorted. And bring the titanium over from the other one. So you both need them. But then you need all of this stuff. Oh, I've put it one too far up again. Oh, I didn't set the recipe again. That's annoying. Because the numbers are bonkers, you see. So it's like trying to feed them in is, you know, any sort of rate is just a nonsense. Yeah, let's move these over. Okay. So a bit of a gap. So that one there is our first machine. Okay. Okay. And then it wants all of these, so it's got that, that, and that. And we might as well do that. One in there. Now we can put these in. And then we want, again, we want that there. That there. That there. Whoops. That there. I can't remember if they use plasmas as well. Probably. I think the idea is it's meant to represent some kind of self-generating power thing. You know, it's like effectively having a sort of battery or something on board it, or something like that. But because you don't, you obviously do have to power them, but yeah. So I think that's meant to be the battery. Oh, it's gone orange. Does that mean we're out of juice? We are. It's probably just while that charges up, is it? Yeah. Ah, out of power. 1-year-old is looking at everyone thinking we've all gone mad. Well, I mean, the 1-year-old probably has a point. Like Factoria fuel, as they go up tiers, they stack less but last longer as a stack. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. The best ones are the what's it called them? Like it's basically using these ones. I think deuterons are. No, there's one higher than that actually. I think, which is like a matter antimatter type of one. But you see that's 600 megajoules per each one. I think you can burn them. So it's, you know, it's 10 times more, as it were, but more, as if you see what I mean. Right, yes, so I can't even set that recipe, can I? No, because I haven't reached them. Right. In that case, so we really don't need very much at all coming in here. So we want local demand, remote demand, local demand, remote demand, local demand, remote demand, local demand, remote demand. And we want to stick some of these in. Haven't got the other one, so we can't stick them in. Oh. Why has that not... It's on supply. Oh, I guess they're all doing that. Because there's only 5 of them. Poor little bots, I'm working them so hard. I guess we should make more of them then. If you're going to have a slave army, have a big slave army. That's the key. Okay, so we know we are going to have that one. If I take it out the back. So we're going to have to set that up as a production system. In fact, let's go mad and upgrade all the inserters. Because why not? Didn't cap these, did I? I mean, we will need more than that, but so there's no point making 1 million of them. Does that mean it's taking ages? Why are you not? Oh, it's steel. Oh, bum. I got the wrong one. It's not iron plate we want, it's steel. Oh, how have I done that? What a silly person. Right. Let's grab all of that then. Clear that bell. And now that needs to be steel. Is it requesting it? Yeah. No. Now it is. Awesome. Right, that's... Oh, and here we go. We've got the old plasma thingy-jigs coming in. Particle containers. Steel's coming. Right. That's the one we're not doing, so we need the other things. We'll have to weave them round, obviously. In fact, that's probably a bad place to put that. Probably better taking it around the back, but... Oh, it's 7 o'clock. Oh dear. Right. Lights done, back to the wife to fiddle. Out goes the factory. We're going okay. So it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to have to stop. I've got a phone call to make to try and sort out Christmas myself. But yeah, so I will finish this off definitely before the next stream. Basically, it's just going to be, you know, a couple of these feeding resources, you know, because I'm going to have to make these somewhere, which requires me setting up some kind of sulfuric acid thing. So I'll do that off stream. So when we come back, we should be making... in fact, if we made one, we have, but I bet it's gone in there. No? Are we going to make one? We've got everything. Where did it go? Yeah, it's gone in there. Because, I say, bizarrely... Oh, no, they only need one, do they? It's 1-to-1. Oh, it is 1-to-1. Okay. I thought it was the Factorio thing where you need a ridiculous number of the previous thing apparently into a smaller space than is physically possible. But guess not. So yeah, so we'll have this all up and running basically by the time I come back. I will probably do some other bits and pieces. I might then start scaling. The basic thing we need to do next is scale up. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, this, although it sort of looks fairly impressive as a production thing, it's not. You need to support one of those, you need 2 of these. And then to support one of these, you need 2 of these. So to support one of these, we need 4 of these and 2 of these. And then we want these as well. So we'll need another one of those and another 2 of those. And we want these as well. So we'll need another one of those. And that's just the basic level. So you need, say, you need like 7 of them. And, you know, 4 of them, 5 of them and 1 of them sort of thing. And what I'll probably end up doing, I probably will take them and start doing them off planet once I've started making the drones and stuff in volume. But that's the next thing. So we need to ramp up scale and production. Because we are actually, I mean, we're not running low, but we are eating through what we've got on this planet fairly quickly. So say we need to shift more of the production over to the other planets, basically. The basic production, anyway. So yeah, so that's it for today. And this stream. I will be back actually for a full schedule next weekend. I was anticipating that I would miss the stream on Saturday because of the party and be hungover, and so maybe not stream on the Sunday. I'm not drinking at the party because it's completely impractical to do so. So Sunday will happen, and it turns out it doesn't start until quite late. In fact, quite a lot later than I normally stream. So I might cut it off early just so I can sort of get ready. But yeah, basically full schedule next weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Friday will be satisfactory. I will be doing more of the Fixmas. I worked out what I couldn't understand for Fixmas, which is that there's an advent calendar which has all of the stuff on it. And what happens is that obviously as the days go by with the advent calendar, it lets you open up the windows and you get some free stuff out of the advent calendar, and that includes the things you need for making the things that it lets you unlock in the MAM, basically. So that one red bauble is going to be the reward like for day 4. I only unlocked 2 of them, so we'll go through what we're going to do. But say for the next few weeks and for Christmas, it will be Fixmas streams while I wait for it to unlock the tiers, basically. So all the upgrade 5 stuff, and then so next year we'll really kick into doing bauxite, etc. Saturday and Sunday will again be the aesthetic Factorio. We'll just progress on. Hopefully we'll get up to the stage of making a bus. You know, for the main base. So I will try and make that look attractive, but that's not really the focus. The focus is the outerlying factories that we'll make into... I've got some really, what I think are cool ideas for making them look like factories rather than just machines slapped on a planet, basically. I say we'll get to that, but I say I've got some interesting ideas. Whether they'll work or not, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. And then Monday back for Dyson Sphere Program. As I say, I will continue on this, get this certainly definitely up and running, so that next time we'll either be in the process of scaling up or I will start scaling up. Yeah, so if you've been watching, hope you enjoyed it, and you might come back for another one. Oh, I mean, there's also the YouTube channel if you wanted to take a look at that. If you're watching these, it's got all my VODs on. It's Etris Magistus. Let's put that. But it's alias to Triggles if you're trying to find it. So I say, if you've been watching, I hope you enjoyed it. You might consider coming back for another one. I've been Tris Magistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.